This is the Canon MV200. It's a vintage camcorder from the 90s that shoots footage onto a mini DV cassette, and it's been in my family longer than I've been alive. But today I'm going to be taking it apart to uncover what truly lies underneath the hood, and while I'm doing that, I'll be answering the question on why you should take apart your electronics. Well, how do you want to go about doing this? Yeah, I honestly don't know. I think we should just go at it. Cameras have been around since the 1800s and were invented as a tool to accurately capture and preserve visual information in order to overcome the limitations of human memory. Yet, for the first time ever, we're living in a world where we can no longer just trust our eyes due to the spread of artificially generated content. Sorry, this isn't a rant about AI, but this realization has got me thinking about how so much of AI is just this black box that no one really understands. And that led me to think about how little we know about the technology that we use on a daily basis. I mean, for many years now, I've wanted to take apart my camcorder and see how all these little components work together, but I've always been too scared to start. Taking the first step is the hardest part, and it can feel overwhelming and paralyze you, which leads you to never start the new hobby or interest you've always wanted to get into. I mean, I was fully convinced that this project would take multiple days, require a bunch of tools, and demand the assistance of a professional. But it didn't take any of that. A single Phillips screwdriver, a couple of friends, and 4 hours of our afternoon is all it took to start. Now, I've talked about how we can self-sabotage ourselves from learning new things, and I've shown you how taking apart your electronics can be a lot easier than you think. So let me tell you the lessons I've learned while the past version of myself figures out what the hell I'm even looking at. Ready? Let's go. Lesson 1 is learning by doing. If you've ever wanted to work on your own passion projects but don't know where to start, then go to your local thrift store, find an old electronic device that interests you, and take it apart. Once you do that, rebuild it or make your own version from scratch. The more vintage the device, the better. And I'm not just saying that because camcorders are aesthetic and trendy right now. I have an actual reason for saying this. And it's that these older technologies have a lot less components than the modern day tech. They incorporate a lot more mechanical components instead of a million abstract parts like this one. And that leads us into lesson number 2, learning how to learn. This might be the most important lesson of the video, as one thing I strongly believe is that no one is just born smart. Being smart boils down to 2 things, quick intuition and the ability to learn and digest new concepts faster than others. So how do you gain this elevated way of thinking? Well, there's a fairly well-known approach to this called first principles thinking. First principles thinking is a problem-solving approach that breaks down complex problems into their most basic foundational truths and builds up a solution from scratch rather than reasoning by analogy. It requires challenging assumptions and focusing on what is undeniably true to innovate or find efficient solutions. Elon Musk is a huge advocate for the first principles approach. And no matter how controversial the guy gets, you can't deny that he's built some pretty revolutionary technology. Now, if you're a little confused, let me give you an example. When you look at all these scattered components from the camera, it can seem overwhelming. These PCBs are so abstract to the human eye, but when we backtrack to the dissection process, we can understand that, oh, this PCB is connected to the recording board and projecting what we're seeing through the lens into the viewfinder. Or that this circuit board is connected to the recording button, and that's what allows us to start and stop the motors from spinning and capturing the footage onto the cassette. By going through the motions and unscrewing every part, I was able to identify and correlate electrical components with their mechanical counterparts. Physically interacting with these parts allowed me to understand the limitations of these technologies, like how much space and power the cassette reader takes up. By doing this, we can start to think of new ways we would improve these flawed designs. And that leads me into our final lesson, which is how taking apart electronics allows us to create a better future for the world. If you've always dreamed of making an impact on society, then technology is certainly a great way of doing so. But what if you don't have some grand idea or don't know where to start? Well, that's where you put the lessons from this video into practice. Take the technology around you, dissect it, study each component and how they relate to one another, understand their building blocks and shortcomings, and by doing so, you'll develop a method of problem solving through first principles that will naturally develop into you creating technology yourself. Hack away at your dreams and passions little by little, just like how I did with the dissection project. And by the end, you'll have a clear vision of what technology you want to build on your own. You just have to take the first step. Thank you all for making it to the end of the video. If you want to watch a similar video about what studying engineering failed to teach me, then check that out here.